Hello everybody, welcome to this Beta video with yours truly, SlowWolf. We're going to be taking a look at the newest Awesomenauts to hit the beta. She is the first of Rocket's Renegades to go ahead and hit the scene, and her name is Dizzy. And if you're wondering, hey, why does this look like Frog? She looks like she's exactly like Frog, but is she Frog? It's because you're not wrong. And actually, there's a lot of things that are similar between the two. We're going to go ahead and talk about that in a second. Now, just before we get started, this is the beta. So keep in mind that things are prone to change. I've also bought an upgrade so that way the amount of time that it takes for her to get her charges back for an ability we'll talk about in a second here, it's less time to get the charges back. Just for the purposes of demonstration. So, let's see how she moves and stuff. Dizzy is a frog, and a lot like her nephew, Froggy G, she moves and jumps very, very fast and very, very high, respectively. However, unlike Froggy G, she does not get an increased jump shoe. She just has this, pretty much basic, that's it. Which is great for her. It's very, very highly mobile, and there's absolutely no downsides to it, honestly, other than the fact that she doesn't have a double jump. She's got something better anyway. Her left click is a gun, like her nephew. However, it is not going to be as brawl heavy. This gun is a far more pea-shootery kind of gun. The projectile's a lot smaller. It tends to do a little bit less DPS, even with all the upgrades. But it is going to be pretty essential to making sure that you do the most you possibly can with this character. It's worth mentioning that at the end of the blaster, you see that little puff of bubble smoke? That's the size pretty much of the small AoE that she's got at the end of it. If she hits somebody with the bubble, anybody that's pretty much standing on top of that person will also get hit by the bubble. So she can hit multiple targets with her left click as it stands right now. So our first big ability is going to look very familiar. Look at that! She dashes. Who knew? Big surprise. It looks exactly like Frog's, but oh wait! She's got 3 of these things, and every time I dash, she takes 1. That's because she's got 3 charges on her dash. This is initially like, oh my god, so overpowered! All the invulnerability frames, all this stun! Well, you know what? She's not Frog. Unlike Nate Froggy G, who's got invulnerability and a stun attached to his one singular dash, which goes slightly longer range than one of Dizzy's dashes, Dizzy's little dashes only do damage. There's no invulnerability, there's no slow, there's no stun, there's no nothing attached to it. So as a result, it's one of those things that if you want to land it for damage, that's fine, but if you get hit, like, you are going to get hit for full damage. You can't use this to dodge through things. It's not a Dark Souls dodge roll, okay? Like, this thing is very risky to use very aggressively. However, if you do use it aggressively, you can do a lot of damage with it very, very quickly with that, you know, with all things considered. It's just very risky to do, especially considering that she's got amongst the lowest HP in the game. Her other ability is the closest thing that she's got to a NATO. She drops a bomb. The bomb stays in place and takes about a second to charge. Once it has charged, it explodes and deals damage to everything except turrets. So this deals damage to knots, droids, all that stuff. And it's a pretty hefty amount of damage. Now you can imagine that with her, she's got some interesting combos, such as dash in, bomb, dash out, which is pretty simple and basic. It's very safe for the most part because you're able to get away easily with 2 extra dashes most of the time. But you can also be very aggressive. Drop in from above, drop a bomb, and then dash them 3 times or something in a row and hit them for everything that you've got. With that said, though, that's entirely risky because of your tiny HP pool, and then you're leaving yourself wide open. So it's worth keeping in mind that although she's got an incredible amount of mobility, and she has probably some of the trickiest shit she can do in the game, like, she's so mobile. Like, it's incredible. That's what's going to be her survivability. In her right hands, I think that Dizzy's going to be untouchable. It's just a matter of if you can find a slow or a snare or a stun to get her, she's gonna be a lot easier. We can talk about that in a second, though. What I'd like to do is show you guys some in-game footage of her in the beta against some bots, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. And welcome back. We're gonna be playing against Swiggins, Clunk, and Froggy G, and we're gonna be playing on the same team as Scoop and a Scree. This is pretty much the perfect game to show off what I'm talking about, honestly. And if we play things correctly here, we should be fine. And if we don't play things correctly, then we gonna die. Yay! So, Dizzy, is she good? The short answer is yes. Dizzy is going to be very, very strong, fun character to play. But you do have to, like, play very safe and stay back, that kind of thing. Just don't take any dumb damage. Oh, like what we just did. That was stupid. We should have died for that easily. And don't miss either. So Dizzy is going to be really good in the right hands. I think that's the right way of putting it. With practice, she's going to be fantastic. But past that, is she going to be great for, like, newer players? I'm not sure. Like, unless if you've played a lot of Froggy G in the past, I wouldn't count on that one, honestly. Like, Froggy G is a much safer character to play than Dizzy is. because of Dizzy's ability to move around. She might look like she's easier, but Froggy's invulnerability on dash makes him just a ton safer. We're gonna just push this apparently really, really hard because Scree exists and I can push hard with Scree. You know what? I'll let Scree do it. That's fine. Don't worry about it, buddy. Oh, jeez. Just run. With that said, though, by no means are you easy to kill if you play properly. Like, if you play properly, you're in a good spot. Okay, dealt as much damage as I could there without without overextending too much, so that'll be fine for me. And good play with Dizzy is what's going to allow people to really take off. Now, I think that there's a hard way to play Dizzy and an easy way to play Dizzy, and I'm going to go ahead and show off the easy way because, you know, I'm bad at video games. And as a result, need to, you know, explain to people how bad I am. Oh, Jesus. That hurt. We didn't know until you got a couple charges before you go back in. Okay, and then get out. That's fine. I think that Dizzy is going to be, is going to be a fan favorite for a little bit. She's going to see a lot of play upon release, which is, I mean, who saw that one coming? But at the same time, she's one of those characters that really is going to take a little bit of practice, and some people are going to love it, and others are not going to like it at all. I think that anybody that likes the, like, Penny Fox, Froggy G, and other kind of, like, assassin-y, brawler type characters like that is going to have a good time. Oh, come on. We got, like, a couple more charges in us. Not too many. Okay, save this charge for evading Clunk. Save 2 charges for evading Clunk. That's probably a good move. Gotcha. Whatever, nephew. Okay. We don't have quite enough money to buy what I want to buy yet, so hold off on that for a second. But yeah, as I was mentioning before, I think that she's going to be pretty familiar to people that like to play Froggy G, that like to play Penny Fox, or something along those lines. I think that she's going to be a little bit more difficult to play for people that are not used to those assassin-y type of characters, and if you want to get into it, maybe play a different character first. So we're going to go into Concrete Wall and Blowfish Nozzle. At the time of this recording, what we have right now is an increased dash charge. Concrete Wall then increases the damage of your fish gun by 10% for each available dash charge. And then we have a bubble that makes it stay in the air for like a second or two. So I can like leave tiny little mines while I'm chasing or while I'm running away from people. It's great. I can kind of like plan in advance a little bit. Like that. Like that was a decent amount of damage. I'm effectively a more mobile, safer, angry sentry that has to play like relatively safe to keep that fish gun damage going. And I think that this is probably going to be the easiest way to play Dizzy, because this way you have access to a lot of fish gun damage, which allows you to sit back and take it easy. You can still push, you can still be effective during fights, and when you see a good opportunity, you go in. And I think that's maybe more of a Froggy G type of way of looking at things. But like, look at this, it's pushing like a beast. It's actually just really, really good. Okay, go ahead and knock those things out. This bomb turret's practically being pushed in incredibly. Wait, hold on, go back down there. There's stuff happening down there. There's stuff happening down here. Could have probably tried to go for the bomb there. I don't think that was the smartest move. I could have died, and I'd rather not die. I think that dying is probably like the worst thing you could possibly do with a character like Dizzy. Dying tends to put you really far behind, so just don't. One thing that I've noticed about this character is that she tends to be a bit mind floody. What I mean by that is that she's a character that tends to feel like she's got a lot going on all at once. And I think that that's pretty accurate. She has 4 dashes she needs to keep track of, and a bunch of cooldowns that she needs to also keep track of. But if you can keep track of them all, and especially because the cooldown on her bomb is exceptionally low, like it's already back after having used it there. Like, it's one of those things where if you can manage to keep it up and going, she's got a lot of power behind her. Go for it, go for it, go for it. It's mine. Thank you. Now dash away before Frog finds you and kills you. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me? That hit the ground and so it vanished? I disagree? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. She's got so much clear. She's got so much clear. Okay. As far as Dizzy goes, though, I think she's going to be pretty sweet. Now, can we get in here and do the damage we need to? Yep, we placed that bomb pretty much perfectly, so that's great. Got an easy kill there as a result, because the frog didn't know what to do. And we're in a really good situation where we can kind of sit back, take it easy, and kind of harass using our fish gun. This fish gun is doing currently a decent amount of damage because of our 1 damage upgrade we have on it. 102 per shot is a lot, especially considering you can hit multiple targets. And we're only going to make it worse. If I've got my way, this safe build is going to do even more. Because we're going to pick up the increased damage percentage on... Gotcha. Doesn't even matter. I flipping gotcha. Head home. I feel like a baller. Is Dizzy overpowered right now, though? I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't played against people. So that's, you know, a thing worth trying out for yourself. If you want to try out Dizzy for yourself, as much as, you know, most of you have probably tuned out by now and gone to do something else with your lives. Oh, Jesus, that was really risky on my part. Don't do what I just did there. As much as, you know, she seems like, oh, she's really overpowered and stuff, I think that she's seriously got a skill ceiling that's high enough to compensate for the fact that she does a ton of work. She's got, like, with access to all those dashes, oh, Jesus Christ, we just dealt 123 per bullet. That's, like, actually insane. It's not, like, the most that I've ever seen, but it's pretty close. As far as left clicks go, that is a lot. There we go. Who needs to have DPS when you can just, like, peg people for, like, 200 to 300, have it stick around for a little while longer, than go nuts? Oh, God. And then I got bit and snared and killed. I still had another dash, but couldn't use it because I was snared. I mean, I could use it, but I didn't move anywhere, so I died. Is she gonna be overpowered? Right now, like I said, I don't know. And if you want to try out against people, get some friends, play together, and do that kind of thing. Against bots, it's really difficult to tell. But as it stands right now, mechanically, I think she's got her heart in the right place. And I think that's the important thing for me. I don't tend to be very good at balance very much. So as a result, I find it's very important for me, anyway, that I would like to increase the range of the last available dash by a lot. I'm not sure what to get next, honestly. I think that's important for me to just concentrate on the mechanics, because I'm very, like, I think that as far as my ability goes as a player, my strength lies in being able to put down a pretty decent appraisal of how the mechanics are on a character, and whether or not they fit and work together well. Right now, there's a lot going on with her character that's very mobile, it's fast, it's interesting, it's a lot of fun. So I've gotten, like, no real issues or qualms with how this works. Please don't, like, die. That'd be good. Like, you're bad at this game, but, like, you're not that bad at this game. Just go home. Just go home. Or don't. You can also die. That's just a dumb move. I think that she's got her heart in the right place. I honestly, sincerely believe that she's got her, like, she's got her stuff, her ducks all lined up properly. And that if played well, she can be very, very strong. But in the wrong hands, she's going to be, like, easy pickings. And so a lot of people are going to pick her up and be like, oh my god, she's really underpowered. But then, you, like, you know, in reality, she's going to be one of those characters that you just don't want to buff. Because otherwise you're going to have a very hard time. Which I know is a bit of a hot contention issue right now. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. We're able to clear pretty well with this fish gun right now. I know we've, like, fully upgraded it, and so that's, like, kind of the reason why. But I'll take it. This is fine. 126 per bullet's pretty sweet. We're clearing out the wave relatively quickly here. Where'd my bots go? Like, I once had a team, and alas now they are, like, stuck in an infinite loop trying to pick up an HP they don't need. Okay. Scoops back at least, so that's pretty cool. Drop a bomb. Go nuts. Okay. Gotcha. Got out alive. Nice stuff. So I think that Dizzy has the potential to do quite a lot. I don't think that she's perfect. I don't think that she's necessarily balanced. I don't think that she's going to be anything other than, like, either really, really, like, strong when she releases, or really underwhelming when she releases. Because a lot of people are either just not going to know how to play her, or people are going to be like, yeah, I know exactly how to play her, and then make her look easy. And honestly, I think that this safe build would be a good way to go if you're, like, brand new to the game, but good players will be going for a different build. You know, like, there's definitely a bunch of other stuff on her rows, which are fantastic upgrades to pick up at all times. Whoever's down here trying to kill my friends is going to be toast by the time I'm done. You mark my words. put out the fish gun bullets. Look at them go. Do they explode in a small area? Not a big enough area for it to be worth it, honestly. They actually have to, like, contact. So, you can't play exactly like Sentry. That's fine. I don't mind. Sentry's playstyle's boring anyway. Okay. Aim is to put it where people will actually land. Nice. Landed it. Get some more charges. Get some more damage as a result, and then this build will be fine. I think that this build will be really, really good for people that are brand new to the character. And so, like, if this goes out as it is live. Because of her ability to do a decent amount of burst damage on demand, but be able to stay safe during the time that it takes for her to get to that point. With that said, though, again, she is in beta. She's likely to change in terms of her power level. Us going 12 and 2 is not representative of a real game. This is against bots, and bots are, like, kind of bad, honestly. But if you want to try out Dizzy for yourself, she's available in the beta right now for free for everybody to try out. And you really should give it a whirl. Because when she releases, unless if you have the All Knots pack, she's going to be worth some awesome points. I have a feeling it's going to be worth a decent amount. Kind of a sleepy game there, but it worked out nicely. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. If you did, be sure to let me know. Hit the like button down below. And if you got any more questions or comments about Dizzy, or you got any thoughts about her, please go ahead and let me know by commenting. I'll see you guys in the next video, and take it easy. Try Dizzy for yourself. Go into the beta. Do it yourself. Do your thing.